Hey guys, I had a couple people ask me how I do my double-sided tape burst for my tumblers. So starting with this bingo design, I'll show you how I make it. I personally bought this type of anti-scratch cat training tape, and you can use any kind you want. Here's what the sheets look like. So you're gonna go over to your Cricut or your Silhouette, whatever you're using. I do the width at 9.14. The height is at 8.10. This is for the skinny 20-ounce tumbler only. You have to buy the template that fits the size for your tumbler, so make sure that when you're buying them that you are double checking to make sure you have the right size. I cut mine personally on iron-on plus only when my blade is a little older. If you have a brand new blade, you're gonna want to do iron-on. Now everybody's settings and blades are different, so we'll go into that later. I also want to show you that I just leave a little tiny space at the top because obviously it doesn't start cutting right there, and later on that gives you a little room to work with so that you could cut the sheets in half and make 2 templates out of 1 sheet. Saves you some money. So like I said, you're gonna put it on whatever machine you want. Make sure you have the settings correct. Depending on the blade, I would suggest that you go ahead and do like a little test. The more detailed that your design is, you're going to want to use a newer blade. So if you have a lot of cuts, make sure your blade is newer, because the duller your blade is, obviously it will rip up the pieces and things like that. So if you're doing something with like a big design, not very detailed, it doesn't matter about the blade. I would go ahead and just put it on iron-on plus and it should work fine. If I have a more detailed design, I use a brand new blade, and I also I just do iron-on because you don't want it to cut through the 2 different sheets that you're using, because once it cuts through, it will tear up on your tumbler when you try to apply it. Okay, so after 10 minutes of cutting, we are almost done. Like I said, here's the products that I'm using. You can use any kind of anti-scratch cat training tape that you want. That's on Amazon or wherever you bought it from. This is just what I found first, so this is what I bought, I used, I tried. You're welcome to try to use any paper that you see and just play with it. Play with the settings, you know, play with your blade, and you'll get it. It'll all come together. This is just really trial and error.
Okay, so now you're simply going to cut on the end of it. Just cut out your design on the very edge of it. Got your design. I just cut right on the edge. Edge of the bottom. Weeding tools. Brush. Hairspray. Very light mist. Let it dry. Say we're gonna put the green on here, and we put the green on, spread it around. The excess that comes off is gonna come off easier if we sprayed hairspray first. So once you spray hairspray one time, you're done. Put your hairspray away. You don't need it anymore. Your cup is painted white, flat white. It's perhaps dry. You're gonna seal it with the Rust-Oleum matte clear. This is your spray paint you're gonna use, and that's to cover your glitter, to seal it in between coats. So once I'm done with all the black, I'm gonna seal it. Then when I'm done with all the purple, I'm gonna seal it, but very, very lightly. Just quick little dust is fine. So it's dry. It dries fast. You just start weeding.
I think the hardest part of the tumbler is the weeding because it just takes so long. Your neck hurts, your back hurts, you're tired, you're bored. So I say put on some music or your favorite show, laugh, dance, do whatever you can do to get through it because the ending will make you so happy. the best tip that I was shown was to rub the glitter in, like with your fingers, just because if you just sprinkle it on and then dust it off with your brush, it's not gonna have the coverage that you'll want. So if you go ahead and take your finger and just kind of rub it in and just kind of go left to right, you know, up and down, make sure it's rubbed in really good, you'll notice that the glitter will stick to the paper a little more, so you'll have a little bit more coverage with the paper. So that's why I choose to rub it in like this. It just helps you a lot more with your coverage. So rub, rub, rub. So the first color, I'm going to go ahead and leave the camera at normal speed so you can get the gist of what I do, but all of the rest of the colors I'm going to fast forward it because nobody wants to sit here for 2 hours and watch me rub on glitter. Here I'm just wiping the glitter off with a makeup brush. You can go get a makeup brush from the Dollar Tree and save yourself some money, and you just use it to wipe off the glitter and boom. That's what the hairspray does. It helps you to get that extra and excess glitter off faster, because for some reason the glitter loves to stick to this paper. This paper makes your glitter like really staticky. Don't know why, but it really just does. So you can use dryer sheets, you can use hairspray. There's all kinds of tips and tricks out there. You just have to use, like I said, what works best for you.
Thanks. Okay, so last time I left, I had just sealed it, and it's been maybe 30 minutes, not 15, but who cares? Next color I'm moving to is the Cheshire.
Same after every glitter, you're just gonna dump it back in, clean up your area. I like to clean the glitter off my hands because it drives me insane. And you're gonna go ahead and seal it, let it dry, wait a couple minutes, and you can go ahead and start weeding again because you can let it dry while you're weeding. Okay, now that we're done with the blue, we're gonna go ahead and do a little mist again, seal it again, very light. And I missed B11. Did anybody notice that I missed B11? I did. I went back and did it later. But then you can move on to your next color because you can let it dry while you weed. Weeding takes like a good 15, 20, 30 minutes just depending on how fast you are and what color you're doing. So it takes a while, so you can go ahead and weed while you let it dry. No problem doing that, otherwise it could take you even longer to do this, like 4 hours. Also, while you're weeding, I just suggest you keep going back and checking just to see if you've missed any colors that you've already done, because trust me, there's so much going on the page, you can definitely miss things. So I just keep going back and checking. Just make sure you're rubbing your glitter in. That way you can get that extra coverage from it. And it's pretty simple. It's very repetitive. Me finally realizing that I've missed B11. I'm already on the G's in green. Huh. Ridiculous. And to think I was a bingo caller. Like I said, it's okay as long as you've sealed it. It's okay to go backwards. But now, say like I was already on the yellow and then I realized I missed a blue. Had I have not sealed it, I would not have done that. Obviously it's going to put the blue into the yellow. So even if you do mess up and realize like when you get to a lighter color that you forgot a darker color, make sure you just seal it good and then go back and do that color. And I would just suggest you putting it on that spot and then dumping it off your paper so you don't rub it completely, into your lighter colors. So don't panic if you accidentally miss a color. It's gonna be okay. Everything pretty much can be fixed is how I feel. Now, normally the eyeballs are red, but the person that I'm making this specific tumbler for in her state, they are pink, so I am using pink for the eyeballs. Now, once I get to this point, I'm like pumped. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to finish it. It's coming to an end and it's beautiful. And this is when I'm like, okay, this makes it all worth it. Because before you're like looking at a blank page and all those cuts, it can be overwhelming. So I just got to tell you to keep going because the end results outweigh all of the hard work that you put in. So on this template, it has a couple of ones that are cut off. So make sure you look on the edges and see what the other side is so that they match up when you do close them. So I forgot this little edge right here was a green ball to go with G60. So I just went back and put that on the edge. And like I said, because I'd already sealed it, it's perfectly fine. Just wiped it off the edge right there. It didn't even mix with any of the other colors and you're fine. So this color that I'm using is Marilyn from the Glitter Guy, and while you can't really tell the sparkle and the shine that it has while it's on the paper, wait till you see this on the cup. It's so amazing. Like, it shines like no other glitter color I have. So definitely stop by and check out that glitter color. It's so amazing. Alright, I just want to thank you guys for staying with me, and I hope that all the tips and tricks help you. Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of it. Don't forget to subscribe because I'll be posting more videos later, more tutorials to come, and just letting you know the tips that help me and what works for me. But like I say, try different things because different things work for different people. And thank you very much.